Welcome to From Chaos to Cosmos. I'm Christy, your guide in helping you to find your own personal, perfect cosmic order. You joined me today for a very impromptu video, and by impromptu I mean I was literally walking out the door to go and do something else. My plans got cancelled and I came in and I was like, okay, I'm just going to film a video. And the whole reason that I'm going to film, actually I have several reasons. So I have been trying to get out a Tarot Scopes monthly reading every single astrological season change, and I didn't manage to do that for Gemini season. And I've also been trying to put out new moon and full moon content, and I didn't think I was going to have time to be able to film anything for the upcoming full moon. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I am going to film something today. So today I'm going to be doing an all signs tarot reading for what you need to know for the upcoming Sagittarius new moon. And excitingly, I am going to be using the Aries tarot deck. I just got this yesterday. My husband actually surprised me with it, and it is literally like bringing my two great loves together. Taylor Swift and tarot, put your hands together and we have the Aries tarot deck. I haven't used it properly yet. Yesterday, me and my husband kind of flicked through it and we picked a couple of cards out. So far, from what I can tell, the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. And I thought, what a perfect time to bring it out. So Sagittarius really has that energy of spontaneity, so I thought it's perfect. And of course, Taylor Swift is a Sagittarius herself. So let's tap into the wisdom of Taylor Swift and find out what advice you need to know for the upcoming Sagittarius new moon. So like I said, Sagittarius is all about spontaneity. It's about travel. Sometimes it's physical travel, long distance travel, also learning from other cultures and other spiritualities. It's all about expansion, growth, abundance. I love Sagittarius. I am a Sagittarius rising, so I am biased and I feel like I have a lot of Sagittarius energy in me as well. I also have a lot of planets in the 9th house, which is the house of Sagittarius, so I really resonate with this energy. I also really love Jupiter as a planet. I really love Zeus as a deity. So it's like everything Sagittarius is just for me. So the Sagittarius full moon is happening at 9:45 a.m. on the 31st of May UK time, so just make sure that you're checking it for your own time zone. And this is what is known as a blue moon. So we had a full moon earlier on in the month. Typically in the lunar cycle we only get one full moon per month, one full moon, one new moon, and when we have two full moons happening in the 1 month, that is known as a blue moon. So I really see this time as a time of manifesting something that feels almost impossible. You know the saying, it happens once in a blue moon. So this is your once in a blue moon opportunity to manifest something big into your life. And with this being in Sagittarius, I just feel like this energy is really amplified. So for your tarot reading for this Sagittarius full moon, you can either check your sun sign, your rising sign, or check your sun, moon and rising sign reading to get a kind of bigger picture and kind of blend the three of them together. That's what I would recommend for you. And because I'm just getting used to this deck and I'm really looking forward to kind of diving into it a little bit more, I'm going to give you my interpretation of the card, and I'm also going to read the Taylor Swift symbolism in the guidebook and see what the author actually intended the meaning to be. So Aries, what is your wisdom for the Sagittarius full moon that's coming up? Some wisdom for Aries sun, moon and rising. Well, that one just flipped over. Oh my god. So we have the Queen of Cups. How sweet. So the Queen of Cups is all about tapping into your emotional world, your soft and nurturing side. I love how you can see the koi carps here in the background, because that's really something that Taylor has been able to do throughout her entire career. So she's really been able to tap into that emotional side of herself, and that is how she has become like so big and so iconic as she is. So this card is really about tapping into not only your emotions but your kind of deep heartfelt needs and desires. I think the image of the blanket, I know that Taylor Swift, when people have babies, she like embroiders little baby blankets, and I think that's true testament to Taylor Swift as well, and a message that you can take from it. What gifts do you have that can come only from you? Taylor Swift is someone who could buy somebody's baby anything that she wants to buy them. Like, she could literally like buy them the entire world 10 times over. But what's really more important is these really lovely, beautiful, heartfelt gifts that come from her. So this Sagittarius full moon, I feel like you're being really called to think about what is something that only you can give the world. What is something that is deep in your psyche, in your emotional depths, in your heart, that only you can give, that cannot be bought by money, that cannot be given out by anybody else. Some gift that is entirely unique to you, and you're being really called to follow that path. And then in a second, I'm just going to read what the guidebook has to say. But first of all, I'm going to move my dog into the other room, purely because this room is absolutely roasting hot. And she is like laying there like overheating, and she will refuse to move by herself. So I am going to rescue her from that. Reading Taylor's symbols. This card shows one of the baby blankets that Taylor embroiders herself to send as gifts. These are gestures of love and also act as peace offerings. The song Invisible String describes how she sends her gifts to her ex's babies, and Katy Perry also posted an image of the baby blanket Taylor made for her. This came after Katy sent her a literal olive branch as a gift in an effort to repair their broken friendship. These gestures speak to the mixed feelings that the Queen of Cups might inspire. She represents immense kindness and caring, but the related emotions can also be tumultuous and painful. It's not always easy to regally embody compassion and emotional balance. Be kind to yourself as well as others. So Aries, that is your knowledge that you need to know for the Sagittarius full moon. Make sure to check out all 3 of your signs. And now it is time for Taurus. So what do my Taurus lovelies have to know this Sagittarius full moon? What Taylor Swift wisdom do we have going on? This card just drew me in right away. Mirror ball. Oh my god, I am obsessed. Alright, here we have, honestly, this outfit of Taylor's I feel was one of the most iconic outfits that she's possibly ever worn. With this coming up for me, Taurus, it's making me think, where in your life do you take on like a lot of pressure so that you can appear beautiful and magnetic and wonderful for others? What's coming up for me is when Taylor Swift says in Mirror Ball that she's like on the tightrope wanting to get everybody to like look at her. She's doing everything she can to get everyone like laughing at her, which can be like a really beautiful thing. Obviously, Taylor does that so amazingly, and she is able to, you know, be a mirror ball for the world. I think the reason that she is so successful in her music is because she really is able to put the human experience and all these emotions and all these true authentic things into songs that then when we hear them we see ourselves reflected back in them. So for you, I'm getting that your message is, remember that you shine best when you are authentic to yourself. You don't have to strive to think how can I make the world love me? How can I make myself appear more shiny and magnetic and beautiful? How can I shift and change myself so that other people find me more appealing, find me more relatable, they want to be around me, they want to give me opportunities, whatever it is. The way that you actually are going to be able to do that is through authentically being yourself, like being really, really true to yourself. And the more you do that and you're true and honest and real with yourself, the more that people who need to see that in you are going to be drawn to you. So yeah, I feel like there's like a real call to let your inner beauty and let your inner wisdom really shine through, because then the people that are looking for you are going to be able to find you. If you are trying to bend and shape and shift and change yourself into something that you think is going to be more appealing to other people, then you're going to kind of attract the wrong people. The right people are out there and looking for you, and you can also replace people with opportunities. The right opportunities are there looking for you. You just have to be yourself so that they can actually find you. One of Taylor's most honest songs about the experience of fame, Mirrorball, describes the burden of being not just a celebrity, but the icon of a passionate fandom. She feels immense pressure to be everything to all people all the time. In this card, we find her juggling her many awards. Cue Taylor's shocked face. It's so tricky to keep hold of them all that she's dropped a few on the way and they have smashed on the ground past the red carpet. There was a full stop there. We can see the circus tent where her immense fame plays out on a global stage. Taylor wrote Mirrorball during the COVID-19 pandemic, when she had every excuse to take time off. In the song, she grapples with what drives her to create, even when she really doesn't have to. This is the central question of the Ten of Wands. Are you doing it all or doing too much? It's amazing to give 100% to your passion, but are you really doing it for yourself or because of outside expectations? Horus, that is your Taylor Swift wisdom for the Sagittarius full moon. Make sure to check out all 3 of your signs, and we will move on to Gemini. So what message do we have for our Gemini sun, moons and rising for this upcoming Sagittarius full moon? This one drew to me right away. The Man. Sorry, I'm like too busy looking at it that I'm actually not showing you. Some of these cards looks like the first time that I'm seeing them too. This is so iconic, and I love how I'm also trying not to show you my nails because I know they're rank. I love how the 2 pentacles are the 2 gemstones there as well. This is so cool. Oh my god, and there's like the UFO in the background as well. That's really cool. So Gemini, for you, I am really picking up that if there has been something that you feel like you have been striving towards, but the output that you're given, you're not getting back in equal measure. So this could be like, as in like in The Man, where she's like, I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. So this might be like a real like thing for you, like, and it could be like right on the nose with that, or it could be something more broad and more general, as in like you could replace the man with anything else. It could be I wondered if I'd get there quicker, if I was richer, if I was prettier, if I had more social status, if I had more time, if I had whatever it is. And I feel like there might be like an actual like juggling there of your, like a kind of like juggling of your priorities. And I feel like you're almost, if you feel like you've been really, really trying to work towards something and it feels like you're never, ever, ever getting there, this is your reminder that divine timing is also a thing. If you remain true to yourself true to your goals, you are going to get to be exactly where it is that you need to be, even if it feels like the long haul, even if it feels like it's a bit of like a slog. There might just be things along the way that you actually need to learn, and you just don't know that right now because you're not, you're not the divine, whatever it is that you believe in, if it's God, if it's the cosmos, the universe, your higher self, whatever it is. There is such a thing as divine timing, and there is things going on that you're not entirely aware of and you can't be aware of right now. Eventually things will become clear when you're looking back on them. It's kind of like, I feel like round about like Lover era was kind of like a turning point for Taylor herself. Obviously she released Lover, and then COVID happened, the Lover tour got cancelled, and she was kind of like, I'm cooked, it's like, it's over for me. But instead, no, this was all like divine timing for her. She probably in that moment in time couldn't see a way out of how things were going to end up looking better for her, or end up better for her. But what happened during the pandemic, she wrote Folklore and Evermore, which are, in my opinion, two of her best albums that she's ever wrote. And then who knows, if Loverfest hadn't been cancelled, if she hadn't like not toured for that length of time, would we ever have got the Eras tour? Would she have ever went on the biggest and best selling tour that the world has ever seen? Probably not, honestly. And this is your reminder here that if things feel like a little bit of a struggle and they feel like you're putting in way more effort and not getting that much reward, that just keep remaining true to yourself. Keep following your true, authentic path and what it is that your heart and your soul and your like passions lead you to. Let yourself almost go with the flow of cosmic timing, because eventually when you're looking back on it, looking at it now, it all seems so simple. Like, that's how it's going to like feel for you. Okay, intrigued to see what the Two of Pentacles says in this here, because I feel like the other two have been, my interpretation has been kind of similar. In The Man, Taylor unpacks gendered stereotypes, imagining how much praise she'd get for her business smart state in life and power moves if she were a man. She feels like she has to work twice as hard to achieve the same results as a man would. Here, Taylor is juggling two jewels while wearing her sparkly The Man outfit from the Eras tour. The Two of Pentacles shows that having lots of things to juggle is hard work. In The Man, Taylor feels like she's running fast to keep up with everything she wants to do. But those same responsibilities don't fall equally on all of us. If you're feeling burnt out by a busy schedule, think about which responsibilities you can drop or plans you can cancel. Well in advance, please. Let's keep our Taylor style manners intact. Don't feel bad about not having infinite energy. As Taylor points out in The Man, we don't all start from the same place. So Gemini, that is your Sagittarius full moon wisdom from Taylor Swift. Make sure to check out all three of your signs, and then let's move on to Cancer. So what message do we have for Cancer for the upcoming Sagittarius full moon? I love it. So this is Bejeweled, and this is her from the Bejeweled music video where she is Cinderella essentially in it. The artwork in this is fucking gorgeous, and it is really detailed. If you look in the back, you can see the castle with the dragons as well, given the real, obviously, tie-in to Long Live, and of course just giving it that real kind of like fairy tale aspect to it as well. This card is absolutely gorgeous. For you, Cancer, I'm picking up, what is it that you need to say no to right now? So if you ever feel like you have the tendency to maybe people please or feel like you need to like appear in a certain way to other people or kind of overexert yourself for the comfort of others, maybe even letting your own boundaries be broken just to kind of appease other people. Now is your time to kind of say no to that, put an end to it. What is it in your life that you need to, even if it's not a solid no, it could also be like a not right now. For some of you, it might be like a solid no that you need to put in place, and for some of you, it might be a not right now. And there's that kind of idea there of, if you feel like maybe you could have the mindset of, if you feel no to something, it means that opportunities are gone forever, or people are going to be really disappointed in you, and what will the long-term impact of that be for you? And maybe you feel like you need to say yes to be liked or to be loved or to get opportunities. You kind of have to take everything that's coming to you, when really you don't. If you like literally think about like what this card to me is saying. Okay, so she's like on the deck right now. She doesn't have to take what is being offered to her, because out there's like an entire world that's waiting for her. And that's like, if you say no to something, yes, it might close a door, but it also opens up a world of possibilities. The way that energy works, and all energy really works this way, like in life, one door closes, another door will open. And sometimes like saying no to something means that you're actually letting the flow of something else come into your life that actually is meant for you. Whereas if we're saying yes to all the right things, or breaking our own boundaries, or always wanting to like please others, it's not leaving room for you to actually grow and expand and bring in what it is that you want. So it's really time to kind of think about, what's a no for you? And with that comes the opportunity of figuring out what things are actually a really huge yes for you. Oh, and also, like, I'm just literally thinking of like, don't put me in the basement when I want the penthouse of your heart. If you feel like you're being undervalued by somebody or something, that is also like a time to say no to them, and to remind them that you are bejeweled. Like, you literally still make the whole fucking place shimmer. And this can be somebody else that you're reminding this to. It could be an opportunity that you're like, actually, like, I'm so much more than that. Or it could just be a sense of yourself, and reminding yourself, like, I actually am like a bad bitch. Like, I don't need to be putting up with this nonsense. How dare you put Taylor in the corner, basement, or other lower status location? You best believe she won't take this lying down. Taylor might be a downtrodden Cinderella right now, but just like in the Bejeweled video, she is about to put on her sparkliest outfit and head out to a party. Even though she's feeling frustrated, however, she's not given up on the situation at home. She wants to feel appreciated, and she still holds out hope that her partner or parent, teacher or boss will show they value her any moment now. But most importantly, value yourself. Okay, Cancer, that is your Sagittarius full moon wisdom. Don't forget to check out all 3 of your signs, and let's see what's in store for Leo. Some Leo wisdom for the Sagittarius full moon. Okay, Leo, you have the 6 of Wands, and it is, this is me trying. It's really interesting to me because the 6 of Wands is typically a card of like victory and being really, really celebrated, where this is me trying does not give that energy at all. So I'm really intrigued to see what the guidebook actually has to say about this one. Let me just try and pick up on some messages from it for you. I am wondering if there's something that you've been feeling really maybe underappreciated or undervalued for. Maybe there is something that you have been really trying for. Like, maybe you feel like you're kind of pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and you're just not quite getting to where it is that you want to be. You feel like the road is consistently hard to get through, and you feel like you're continuously pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and this might be leading to some kind of unhealthy thought patterns or unhealthy views of yourself right now. Maybe in a way, like, because you haven't reached this kind of like external validation or external idea of success. Like, maybe like other people aren't celebrating your achievements, or maybe other people aren't quite seeing the vision right now, or you just kind of maybe feel like you're either on the path alone and you're putting in all this effort and you're not really getting the recognition from your peers or from other people, and you can be in like a bit of like a downward spiral right now. Perhaps this could be your reminder that success doesn't come from external validation from other people. Success comes from you and how you feel successful and how you feel victorious. Is that the word? Like, is the things that you're doing fulfilling to you? Is the work that you're putting out important to you? Is your daily life enjoyable for you? These are the things that you really want to be asking, and I feel like this is your call to almost kind of reframe what success is all about. External validation is amazing. That will come if you're putting in like the work towards something. This could even be, see, even if you're manifesting something and you've been really, really trying, and I actually really resonate with this. I'm not a Leo, but I resonate with this like quite a lot. Sometimes if you're like manifesting something for a long time and you're putting all your effort into it and it kind of feels like it's going nowhere, even if you feel like this is something that like is really meant for you and a desire that is really, really meant for you, and sometimes you feel like giving up, and sometimes the right option is to give up if you like reflect and you're like, what is the reason I'm doing this thing? What is the reason I'm pursuing this thing? Why do I want this job, relationship, whatever it is? Why do I want that? And if the reason is, when you really deeply reflect, because other people, you want other people's validation and you want other people to make you feel fulfilled, and you want it to look really good like on Instagram or to like your colleagues or to like your family or something like that, then it's probably not really for you. And if you reflect and you're like, I want this because like it's my fucking heart's desire, it's meant for me, like this is for me, then that's your sign to like keep going, even when it's hard, even when it's difficult. But just to remember that you need to, if you're doing something because it's important for you, you need to find ways to feel fulfilled and bring yourself into that energy right now. I'm so intrigued to see what this means. The song This Is Me Trying is about the very personal wins in life. Although Taylor is used to standing on glittering stages and being handed awards, she clearly understands how the biggest triumphs can look the smallest from the outside. In her song, someone is struggling with an alcohol addiction and making the small everyday choices that will lead to recovery. Taylor says, I've been thinking about the people who, if they're either suffering through mental illness, or they're suffering through addiction, or they have an everyday struggle, no one pats them on the back every day, but every day they're actively fighting something. The person in the song doesn't pour themselves a drink. They speak to a stranger, who may be a therapist or a sponsor in a recovery program. Either way, they reached out for help. The Six of Wands traditionally shows a scene of celebration with other people looking on approvingly. In reality, our personal triumphs may not be validated or witnessed by a crowd of adoring fans. Taylor's greatest creative wins are achieved out of the spotlight, writing in her room or in a recording studio. Whoa, that is really beautiful. Like, I love that take on the Six of Wands and calling it back to this is me trying. That is really, really beautiful. Like, I really, really, really love the meaning of that. I was really confused when that first came out, but I'm like, wow, I actually see the vision, and I think this is my favourite definition from the book so far. I love it. Leo, my sweet love, that is you. Don't forget to check out all 3 of your signs. And then let's get a message now for Virgo. What does our Virgo friends have to know this Sagittarius full moon? This card right here is just drawn to me. The Page of Cups. Oh my god, love, love, love. I love this. Virgo, if you're at the kind of beginning stages of a new adventure or new creative endeavour, maybe you're kind of on a new heartfelt path, or you're really feeling a calling to, you're feeling this like deep calling to do something, to go for something, like something that you're really passionate about. This is likely like a creative pursuit or an emotional pursuit of some sort. This is your sign to absolutely just go for it full steam ahead, and that there's going to be some really, really deep transformations along the way that you just have to let unfold. So when you're in your page era, you're kind of almost at the beginning of your craft, or you're like learning a new thing in some way, like you're on some sort of new path, and you kind of see the vision ahead of you of what you want, but you have to let the path unfold along the way. So I'm kind of thinking about, if we take it back to even debut Taylor, when she first started off, she knew what she wanted roughly. Well, she knew that she wanted to be like a country singer. She went to Nashville. She really, really wanted that to happen. And her path was to be like a legendary singer and songwriter. She really, really just wanted to create her music, hone her craft, and become the best songwriter that she could be. And she knew that that was her goal. So if you're in your Page of Cups era right now, like you're beginning something, you just kind of know exactly what your goal is. So for me, I'm actually a Virgo myself, so I can use me as an example for this. So I'm kind of starting this business, the channel that you're watching right now, From Chaos to Cosmos, and I know where I want it to go. I do know the vision for it, but I don't know how that's going to unfold throughout the years, in a year's time, 5 years time, 10 years time, 20 years time. Sorry if the angle's changed slightly, my camera died. So yeah, I was saying, like, I know what my vision is for this. I want to give transformative services such as tarot readings, energy work, meditation, yoga. But at the end of the day, I don't know how that's going to manifest in the long term. Just like Taylor, when she was back in her debut era, she knew what her goal was, she knew what her vision was, but she had no idea the different eras that she was going to go through on that journey. Like, there's no possible way that debut Taylor would know that she would end up where she is now at Life of a Showgirl era, or if we're heading towards a new era. I am a greedy Taylor Swift fan. If she like put out like a new album every month, I'd be like, can we do 2 albums a month, please? Actually, no. I know she's in like her wedding planning era and stuff. Very happy for her. That's fine. I'll just patiently wait for new music to come out. But what I'm saying is, she couldn't have possibly known how transformative this journey would be, but what she did was she let herself evolve. So wherever you are right now, whatever endeavour you're on right now, let yourself evolve with it. Taylor wrote her first songs as a teenager, sitting on the floor of her childhood bedroom. She wrote poetry and stories that eventually became songs. Those songs drew from scrawled lyrics in her journal to recorded masterpieces that moved millions of people. Here we can see her famous koi fish guitar, which she played around the time of releasing Speak Now, her entirely self-written 3rd album. Even though she is a long way from being that young girl, Taylor says she is determined to keep her youthful enthusiasm for life and songwriting. I still want to have a sharp pen and a thin skin and an open heart. Wait, why am I going to cry? No one actually makes me cry like Taylor makes me cry. What the hell? Okay, Virgo, that was your wisdom for Sagittarius full moon. Let's see what our Libra friends have in store. So many of these cards just flew out. I'm going to pull the bottom one from them just because that's intuitively what I've been told. What do we have? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. We have the 3 of Cups, and I'm feeling like this is a real time of celebration for you. So we are going into the summertime, and I feel like you're being really called to have it be like a feel-good, fun, celebratory time. And I feel like if life has been feeling a little bit stagnant lately, or maybe things have been feeling like a little bit heavier, this is your invitation to really let loose and let yourself enjoy life. So whether you're 22 or not, it's time to really embrace that energy of 22. When I think about this song, it's so light-hearted and it's so fun, and it really embodies the youthful feeling of just like letting go, partying with your friends, enjoying the fact that you're like in like your like youth. And you can do that at any age. You don't have to literally be 22 to do this, of course. But I feel like this Sagittarius full moon, you're really being called to find joy, happiness, optimism and positivity. And you're also being called to draw in your kind of closest friends and the people that you love most in the world, and really just enjoy spending time with them. And I think that's going to be like a real focus for you, and that's really where your invitation is here. And I really think the message is as simple as that. It's to remember that like you might have like goals and aspirations and things that you want to do, and I don't know, like targets that you want to hit or whatever it is, but you also have to remember that you are like literally a ghost inside a skeleton, inside a meat sack, on a floating rock, in space. Like really enjoy life while you're here. Like enjoy life to the fullest. And those moments are precious, like the moments where you're just kind of like in total flow and you're with your friends and you're with your loved ones and you're just enjoying yourself, and there is no kind of other agenda to it other than you're just being in the moment, being yourself and letting yourself be truly free. Even like a connection to like childhood and stuff, you know, when you were like a kid and you would just do things for the sake of doing them. Like you wouldn't be like, where is this going to get me? Like, where is this going to lead me to? Is this going to get me closer to my goals? You were just doing things that felt good at the time because it felt creative, or because it felt fun, or because you wanted to play with your friends. And this is like really what this card is asking you to embody for this Sagittarius full moon. let's see what the book says. I feel like, have we had a lot of cups? I feel like there's been a lot of water energy going on. Taylor's had quite a night out in this card. The Three of Cups shows the glitter bomb aftermath of the partying described in 22. Breakfast at midnight? Check. Ditching this scene for a better one where people actually know who Taylor Swift is. Who's Taylor Swift anyway? Yes, please. One of Taylor's most joyous friendship songs, 22, references how messy and fun a girl's night out can be. There are 3 abandoned champagne flutes and 3 abandoned high-heeled shoes among the scattered Polaroids and 22 music video props. Could they belong to the Haim sisters? Could they indeed? Okay, Libra, that is your message for the Sagittarius full moon. Don't forget to check out all 3 of your signs. Then let's see what is in store for Scorpio. Ooh, okay, Scorpio, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I'm dying. How cute. Okay, so for the Queen of Pentacles, we have Taylor wrapping up lots of gifts. So, Scorpio, what gifts is it that you have to give to the world is what I'm feeling like here. What do you have within you that you need to package up and send out and into the world? Scorpio, you know, yous are known for being such deep feelers and such deep internal, emotional, kind of otherworldly, but that kind of like that like underworld, you know, like platonic, scorpionic kind of vibe to you. But I feel like you're being called to maybe let yourself show the world your gifts. You hold like a wealth of knowledge inside you, like within your mind, within your heart, within your soul. You hold all this like incredible knowledge and this incredible talent and these wonderful things that maybe people wouldn't even like know about you because like maybe you just aren't letting them show. And I think you're being really, really called to actually let them show in the physical world. Like, let yourself be part of the physical world that you're in and let yourself really partake in it as well. Let your talent shine forward. Let yourself be appreciated. Let yourself be celebrated. And I feel like there's also a message here coming up for you that the more you do that and the more you give out to the world, the more you are going to receive back. So it's kind of like your message for, yes, give to the world because you are a part of the world and you have like all these talents and skills and knowledge that should be shared with the world, but also like there's that like exchange of energy going on. So if you give something out, you gift something out, not necessarily with the intention of getting something back, but because it's like something that feels really true and really right to you. Like you're like, okay, I can see that this person in my life needs this, or could do with this, or could do with this generosity, or this like charity over here needs this, or I really want to share my idea here. Because that like lives within you, when you do that, there's going to be like a really lovely energy exchange there for you, and like you offer out like your services or whatever it is, whatever gifts it is that you have, and you're going to receive something back in return that makes you also feel abundant and full and like really like nurtured in the physical realm is what I'm thinking. Like almost like you're growing the garden of your life. Yeah, I like that. Taylor is very well off now, but she has been keen to share her wealth from early on in her career. Taylor, as the Queen of Pentacles, is wrapping an elaborate gift for some lucky friend, fan, or Beyonce. The gift giving she has done for fans is legendary. In the Swiftmas of 2014, she sent personalised hand-wrapped gifts to lucky fans, and she has sent her own clothes to fans in the mail and hosted people at her house for secret sessions. Taylor gives of herself in ways that make people feel special. She also gives millions to charitable causes, from hurricane relief to animal charities to food banks. Some of her most generous gestures, however, are not just about the money. She donated £250,000 to help her fellow pop star Kesha fight her legal battles against restrictive contracts held by her former producer, which sent a powerful message of female solidarity. I love that. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you have like a gift or something that you can share, you should share it, because that is not only going to help other people out, it's going to make you feel fulfilled in return. And Scorpio, that is your message. Don't forget to check out all 3 of your signs, and let's see what's in store for Sagittarius. Woo! Forever winter. So Sagittarius, I love this song, by the way. I think it's probably one of Taylor's most underrated songs, and I just think it's like an incredibly beautiful song. If you have ever really worried for someone in your life and really felt like there's nothing that you can really do to help them get out of the dark hole that they're in, this Forever Winter is like a really, really incredible song for that. And if you look in the little pub that they're outside, is obviously the Black Dog pub, and they are out at Christmas time. They are out in the cold. So Sagittarius, this is your reminder here that you, as a joyous, optimistic, abundant sign that Sagittarius is, you can really bring that joy and optimism into somebody's life. You can really bring warmth to almost any situation, and that's like a real gift of yours. Sagittarius is often really known for being like the class clown, the life and soul of the party, like, along with many other things. Like, and that's like the energy that you can bring to the people around you. You can always make them smile, you can always make them laugh, like you can always like bring the mood up and lighten things. But Sagittarius, another really strong trait of yours is that of being an immense teacher and philosopher and guide for people, and it's a really lovely kind of duality that I feel that Sagittarius has, that they're often kind of underrated for. So they are fun, life and soul of the party, class clown energy, but they are also really wise and great teachers at the same time. And we can see that with Taylor Swift herself, right? Like, her songs like teach the world, help people really resonate and connect with their own emotions, give people these deep emotional experiences that make people feel really supported and comforted and like somebody's there and like somebody understands them. But also she's got this like humour and funny side, and she's really warm and she's really silly, and I get the impression that she like doesn't take herself too seriously as well. So, you know, that is kind of like your superpower here. If there's like people in need in your life, this is your kind of reminder that you can bring that energy to them. Like, you have something to offer people. You are a vital part of the world where your humour, your knowledge, just your energy in general has the real capability to change somebody's life just by your presence in their life. Like, I feel like there is some people in this world that life is just better for having them around, and I feel like this card coming up is telling me that you're one of those people. And if you are the person that feels like you're out in the cold, it is your reminder that you can be a warm and uplifting, vibrant presence for yourself, but also to seek that in others. Find people that make you feel supported. Find people that lift your mood, that lift your spirits, that teach you something new. Find people or things in your life that feels like that warm embrace of being understood. It's a give and take. You can be that person for other people, but also to seek people that make you feel like that too. So for this one, fear of losing love crops up in several of Taylor Swift's songs, even in the apparent security of the domestic love song New Year's Day. In Forever Winter, a friend is convinced there is nothing positive to look forward to, and Taylor lives in fear of losing them. A little note on the snow in Taylor's songs. It can be romantic, as in You Are in Love, where the lovers circle each other in a snow globe, but it can also be bleak. In All Too Well, she falls in love in the autumn, but by the end of the song it is bitterly cold and snowing, and the love is dead and gone. In Forever Winter, Taylor's friend asks why anyone should even bother falling in love if it's going to end. If there's one lesson from the Five of Pentacles, it's to practice gratitude for what you have, however little that may seem right now. As Taylor begs her friend to see, things can get better and the winter will eventually end and give way to spring. That's beautiful. So Sagittarius, that is your wisdom for the Sagittarius full moon. Don't forget to check out all 3 of your signs and we will... Woo! Sorry, flying out. And we will now move on to Capricorn. Alright, so Capricorn, what wisdom do you need this Sagittarius full moon? Draw the cat eye sharp enough to kill a man. I feel like... Oh, where are you going? I feel like vigilante shit actually really does have some serious Capricorn energy there to it as well. Typically the 7 of Swords shows somebody kind of like sneaking away from something, like carrying all these swords. It's almost like they've like got away with something and they're like sneaking away with it. And I feel like this is kind of telling me that you're not going to let people away with that. I feel like if there's something in your life or somebody in your life who has wronged you in some way, oftentimes, okay, it can be good to be the bigger person and move on and be like, you know what, love and light, peace, I'm not going to let this bother me. But sometimes you just have to really not let them get away with shit and you have to be on your vigilante shit, okay? I feel like this is your message to, if somebody's caused you pain or if somebody's like got away with something or they've been like a little sneaky or whatever and you're seeking revenge, it may not be asking you to seek revenge on them per se, but it could be asking you to kind of like alchemize the pain that they have given out, or in some way take the bullshit they've done and transform it into something. So if you're like a writer or like a songwriter yourself or something like that, this could be like a really good way to kind of channel that pain and channel that frustration into something and kind of call people out in that way. Or it could be a way to, if you kind of even practice like magic or anything, it could be your sign to kind of transmute all that energy and maybe even do like a little return to sender spell or something like that could be coming up. Or it could simply just be your invitation to take all that kind of frustration and unfairness and kind of like bitterness and anger that you feel towards like a specific person or a specific situation and use that to fuel you forward. Sometimes, as much as revenge is really good to get on someone, like we know that karma is eventually going to get them, and sometimes the best karma is literally like moving on with your life and having like the best time ever, and using all that shit that someone has done to you or a situation that's happened to you, using all that to fuel you forward. So I'm kind of even thinking of this. So literally like the other day I posted a video on my Christie's Coven channel, and it was like a profit off of gossip name warden transmutation spell. So it's essentially like a spell where if anyone like gossips about you or talks badly about you or anything like that, it draws in the energy, transmutes the energy into that of success. So it's literally like, okay, you're gonna like bitch about me, but like fuck you, I'm like alchemizing it for like my own benefit. And that's the similar kind of energy that I'm getting from this card. Like, whether you practice magic or not, there is a way for you to be able to alchemize that energy, and there is a way for you to be able to use somebody else's bad behaviour to fuel you forward. Or maybe you do just straight up want to call somebody out. Maybe you do just want to be like, you know what you did was like really fucking not okay, and I am like not here for it, and you're not going to get away with it. Maybe there is an element of calling somebody out. Usually when cats are mentioned in Taylor's songs, it's all love and sunshine, but here it's a cat eyeliner. Flick as sharp as a knife. Oh, flick as sharp as a knife. Sorry, I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Vigilante Shit is one of Taylor's angriest and most vengeful songs. The Seven of Swords shows someone stealing from others through deceit and subterfuge. And the lyrics to this song reveal that someone has been sneaking around, crossing lines and telling lies to Taylor, his own wife, and the world in general. When you pull the Seven of Swords, you may feel that something has been stolen. This could be something literal, like albums Taylor had to re-record to gain control, or more abstract, like trust. It is also possible to view the Seven of Swords in a positive way. Sometimes we have to be smart and strategic ourselves rather than telling people our every move. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And Capricorn, that was your Sagittarius full moon message. Don't forget to check out all 3 of your signs. And let's move on to what the Sagittarius full moon has in store for our Aquarius friends. Oh my god, to the fucking snake belt that she's got on. She's got blood on her hand that's down like this. We've got the statue in the back. We've got the lightning in a bottle. Oh my god, this card is deeply fucking iconic. Okay, so the prophecy being the magician is super smart. With the magician is the alchemizer and the creator of his own reality. And in the prophecy, Taylor Swift is literally begging forces to change the prophecy of her life. She feels like she is kind of like condemned by fate to be alone forever and to be unlucky in love, and she is like begging out to like God's deities. She even says like cards on a table, mind play out like fools in a fable. I love that line. There's so many lines in the prophecy that like I love, and it's like, a greater woman stays cool, but I howl like a wolf at the moon, and I look unstable, gathered with a coven round a sorcerer's table. Literally me every fucking Friday night. What are you talking about? And this kind of feeling of the prophecy came after, of course, she broke up with Joe, she got with Matty Healy, and I feel like she's wearing her, so she's wearing like her Tortured Poets department, but she's wearing like the jacket that she wears in The Smallest Man That Ever Lived. And then she's got like her little Reputation belt around her as well. And I just think this is like, this is telling me that if there's an area of your life that you feel like is consistently destined for failure, that's consistently card, or feels much like that, feels like it's prophesized, it's written in the stars that you're kind of doomed in this area. It could be love, it could be work, it could be anything, an area of your life. In this, I'm sensing, this is actually the first major arcana card that we have pulled. So I am sensing for you, like, this is going to be something that is like a big overarching theme in your life. This Sagittarius full moon is asking you to remember that yes, while there is an element of as above, so below, what is happening in the stars, and I mean, I am an astrologer, so of course I do believe in fate to a certain degree, but I also believe that fate is there for you to work with. Yes, there might be certain things in life that you're maybe predispositioned to because of fate, but ultimately you do have free will and you are able to work with that energy and to be able to like alchemize that energy. So we can even look at this from the point of view of you are an Aquarius, say you are an Aquarius sun, you could be an Aquarius moon or rising as well, but say you are an Aquarius sun. There is certain elements of being an Aquarius sun that is going to mean that you are kind of destined or fated to be a certain way. Just looking at it like plainly like that. Of course, like it takes looking at an entire birth chart and going more in depth to know certain things, but let's just look at it that way, okay? So for Aquarius, like there could be things that you're like that is like you're destined to have these Aquarius traits. You're destined to be this very particular way. Instead of seeing that as something that holds you back, see it as areas to boost you, to emphasize those like Aquarius, to shine a spotlight on them, to make them bigger, make them bolder. And the things that you do want to change, see that as like lessons that you have to learn while you're on this earth, and that is why you kind of have that like prophecy there, because not because it's there to restrict you or hold you back from your desires, or if there's something that you really really want in life, it's not saying like, oh, you have like this certain placement in your birth chart that means that you're never going to get married, even though that's like your dream is to like meet a wife or meet a husband or whatever and get married. It's not saying that. It's saying, okay, these difficulties have been put here for you. And I'm not saying like Aquarius is like predisposition to like not be married. I'm just like riffing thoughts here, okay? I'm just using like a birth chart as an example. The things that feel difficult are there for you to learn lessons from, not because you are destined for failure or destined to never have those things. And we can take Taylor as an example here. So literally, she wrote the prophecy. She's feeling like she's always going to be alone, like she doesn't have any control of her life. Like she really went from like mastermind energy to this. From in mastermind, she was like, she is the one that's in control. She orchestrates her entire life. But then this one certain area of her life for her that just so happened to be like her love life kept failing and not feeling right, and she kept being let down. And look now, where did all those lessons lead her to? One, she wrote the Tortured Poets Department, which such a fucking great album, can I just say? And like, I'm sorry, Taylor, that you had to go through all that pain, but I am also so beyond thankful because I needed that fucking album in my life, let me tell you that right now, for nothing. But now she is with the literal love of her life, going to get married to him soon. She's with Travis. He is so beyond perfect for her. She got to write all these like beautiful songs because she like alchemized all of like the pain. Like that was fated for her. Like some of these things were fated things that were always going to happen, but she learned to harness and alchemize that energy into songs to heal the world. And I'm not joking when I say that. There has been so many moments in time where Taylor Swift music has just really helped me through some of like the toughest times of my entire life, and if she hadn't gone through those experiences, she wouldn't have shared that with the world. So in a way you can see that as being prophesized. But now she again has actually learned that she is the master creator of her own reality. And you are the master creator of your own reality too. I feel like that was like a long tangent, all to say that if there's an area of your life that feels like tricky or feels like stuck, you can work with it, and if it feels difficult, it might just be that there's lessons along the way that you need to learn. But when you learn to be able to alchemize and harness that energy, work with fate instead of working against it, you can be the creator of your own reality. In Taylor's song The Prophecy, she is desperately trying to seize power over one of life's most luck-based outcomes, finding true love. She won't settle for what fate has decided for her. Instead, she imagines herself as a sorcerer, casting spells to change her destiny. The cards on the table in front of her show that she has many resources. And Aquarius, that is you. Don't forget to check out all three of your signs, your sun, moon and rising, and then let's find out what's in store for our Pisces boobies. Pisces, you know that you can do it with a broken heart. Okay, so Pisces. I feel like this card is really asking you to step into your Taylor Swift energy, and there might be things in the past that have gone wrong for you or that feel a little bit not great. Like there might be some struggles there, or there might be some difficulties that have gone on for you. But this card is really asking you to remember that you really are that bitch. I'm not saying that you have to get up on stage and do a world tour if you've just been through some really traumatic times, but it's your reminder that you can. Like, you can, and you absolutely could do that. It's kind of like your message to work on. I'm getting a real sense for kind of like rebuilding and working on a project, and I'm feeling like for some of you the project might actually be you. If you've gone through like what I would call like a dark night of the soul kind of situation, something has happened and it feels like you've experienced like a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak that you maybe feel like you're not entirely going to move on from, or maybe you're shifting out of that energy now. It's your reminder that you can rebuild yourself to be bigger and better than ever before. The cosmos is not ever going to send you a lesson that you can't come back from. And I'm not saying like everybody's going to like bounce back and be like Taylor Swift, like, you know, but it is a real message here that you can do that, not in like a fake kind of way, but in like a kind of way where like you can, no matter what situation you're in right now, you can find like your zest for life in that situation. You can find the things that bring you joy. You can find the little sparks of hope and the little glimmers of the version of you that you're stepping into, and the little parts of you that you're rebuilding. And sometimes when everything is kind of torn away and stripped away, that's when you really think about who it is that you're becoming. What does the next version of you look like? What kind of sturdy foundations can you put in place and work towards so that you can be the better version of yourself? And I think there's also a real message here that No matter how many times your heart has been broken or things have been taken away from you, or no matter how much you have been through, you are always, always, always whole and complete. No one should come for Taylor's job. Not only is the woman a master of her craft, she never drops the ball. This professionalism is never more obvious than in the song I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, in which she describes picking herself up during the most devastating heartbreak in order to perform on tour. She's able to be productive even when she wants to cry. This song has an element of powering through difficult situations, but also improving yourself. This card shows Taylor performing on stage, presumably in her highest heels. She's able to do the job even when she doesn't really feel like it. She's surrounded by 8 pentacles, physical reminders of how she's honed her skills little by little. This card is not about natural talent, but persistence. Love. Right, Pisces, that is your message for the Sagittarius new moon. Do not forget to check out your sun, moon and rising signs. And I really hope that you have all enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed filming it. I am so glad that I sat down to do this little last minute impromptu Sagittarius new moon video for you all. I am loving this deck. I am sure I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. If you want more from me in general, or you want to see more of this deck, follow me over on Instagram, either my From Chaos to Cosmos Instagram or my Christie's Coven Instagram, or you know what, fuck it, do both. And until next time, bye!